cross your right thigh over the left thigh. So it's more like halfway to an eagle than a figure four, right? So you're trying to cross thigh over thigh. And then you'll rest your head back down onto the floor. Right. Take your two hands and stack them on top of that right thigh. So you can have one stacked on top of the other. So you're not gathering the knee, you're stacking on top of the thigh. Okay. There you go. All right, and start to draw your navel down toward the floor and feel your mid-back pressing down into the ground. And now your hands will start pushing your legs forward. And then your legs are going to start pushing back into your hands. And your hands are going to push more forward into your legs. And your legs are going to push back to your hands. And your hands are going to push more into your legs. And your legs are going to push back into your hands. You're going to try to find that even, smooth, slow breath you worked when you were laying in the Shavasana. Even though here you're working your deep core in a way that might start making the breath try to lose that pace, but you're going to regulate. Keep your breath pace as smooth. You're trying to keep the navel down toward the floor. You're trying to keep the low back pressing down toward the floor. And you're maintaining that fight of your hands pushing the legs forward and the legs fighting back. You'll hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then you'll uncross your legs and you'll land your feet down to the floor. Good, now gather your knees back in towards your chest. And now take the left thigh and cross it on top. Perfect. Your head's resting on the ground. You're going to stack your hands on top of that. If you remember which one was stacked on top before, maybe try switching the stack. And you're drawing your navel toward the ground, toward your spine, and you're trying to press your low back toward the floor. Right? Maybe you can get your shins closer together. Maybe you have that second hook of eagle, and you can hook the toes behind the ankle. Good. And then now again, you're going to start pressing your hands forward, and your knees are going to fight back against that. You're going to press your hands more forward, and your legs are going to fight them. Right? Pressing forward, and your legs are going to fight. Okay. Again, you're slow and smooth and even with your breath, even though you're working these deep core muscles. Trying to pull the navel to the floor, trying to draw the ribs in, and you're pushing as much as you can your hands forward, and the knees are fighting that back. Good. You can hold that for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then you'll unravel the legs and you'll land your feet on the floor a little wider than your hips. Put your arms down alongside of you. Take a breath, and on your exhalation, come up into bridge and reach your arms up and overhead so the arms land behind you on the floor, and you're in that up position with the pelvis up. And then you'll land on the exhale, your butt back down to the floor and the arms alongside of you. And you're going to do that with your own pace of breath. Lifting up on the inhale with the reach, landing down on the exhalation. So think of the breath as lifting you upward, and the exhalation like a parachute landing you back down. Next time you land down, gather the knees back in toward your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Lift your head up off the floor. You're going to tuck your chin in tightly toward your chest. This position of hugging the knees in is going to force your low back to come to the floor, but you're going to try to get that they're using your core strength, so draw the ribs in and try to get your back to completely press down firmly into the floor. All right, you're going to take in a breath, and on the exhalation, you'll reach your legs forward and your arms back. Good. And then you'll pull it back in on your inhale. And you'll reach it back out on the exhale. So the chin stays tucked to the chest as you reach the arms back. Again, pull it in, squeeze, reach it out. Good, just like that. Out. So I said to have feet in so that people's arms wouldn't trip me if you did it that way. Always in trouble there.
Okay.
Good. The next time your knees come into the chest, you're going to land your head and back on the floor, but you're going to reach your legs straight up to the ceiling. Okay. Have your arms alongside of you and hold the edges of your mats. And pull. Right? You're going to get your legs as straight as you can, so you're going to try to reach through your heels up toward the ceiling. And you're going to try to draw the kneecaps down toward the floor. Pull in your navel, take in a breath, and on your exhalation, start to lower your legs forward and down. And on the inhale, you're going to lift them back up, trying not to use momentum, trying to kick them back up. And on the exhale, the legs will lower forward and down. And on the inhalation, you're going to lift them back up. So you're trying to keep the navel drawing down instead of poofing the belly. Nice. Good. 3 more from here, your breath pace. Nice. Good. Then your feet will land to the floor. And you're going to reach your arms up to the ceiling. Right? Straight up to the ceiling, not overhead. Straight up to the ceiling. Right? Both feet are down on the floor. Your legs aren't extended. Right? Your feet are down on the ground. That's it. All right. Draw your navel to the floor and now lift your feet up so your shins are parallel to the ceiling, so your legs sort of look like you're in a chair, but you're laying on your back. And you're going to flex your ankles like you're standing on your feet. Right? You're going to turn the hands so the palms are facing each other, and you're going to spread your fingers. All right? Draw your navel firmly to the floor. Draw your ribs in and down. Take a breath, and on your out breath, you're going to reach your right arm back, and you're going to lower your left heel down toward the floor. You're going to keep the knee bent, and then you're going to lift it back up to where you started on the inhale, and then you'll switch sides. That left arm's going to reach back, and the right heel's going to reach down to the floor. And then you're going to come back up. Going just like that at your breath pace. Right, so instead of extending the leg, you're trying to keep your knee at 90 degrees, and it's the heel that's lowering down to try to tap the floor. That's it, and then you'll lift it back up. Trying to draw your navel down, and you're trying to work at a pace that's not too fast and not too slow, so you're using a breath to regulate that. Good. The next time you've done left arm, right leg, hug the knees back into the chest, wrap your arms. Nice. Stretch the legs back up toward the ceiling. Stretch your arms out to straight, and again hold the edges of your mat. So alongside of you, you're holding the edges of the mat in a pull. Alright? Now you're going to separate your legs so the feet are maybe the width of your shoulders a little wider apart, right? But not super, super wide. A little wider than your shoulders. Alright? You're going to draw your navel down to the floor. Take a breath in. And on the out breath, you're keeping the shape of the legs. You're lowering the legs forward and down in this wider position. Then you're going to inhale and lift them back up again. That's it. Good. Exhale, slow, lower. Inhale, that slow rise back up. Good, just like that. more. Keep drawing the navel to the floor, keep drawing the ribs in. Perfect. Good. Then both knees will hug back into the chest. Lift your head up off the floor. Right, and you're going to start creating a little bit of momentum. So you're going to start to roll back like you're going to plow, and then you're going to rock up quickly and try to catch both. Right, so you're using those intrinsic core muscles to try to catch the balance in both poses where you're balancing when you're sitting bones. Right, so you'll rock back, just rock up and try to balance when you're sitting bones. Good, and then you'll try to make that little rock a little more aggressive so that you're using the core to help you catch the balance. You'll rock back, rock up, catch the both posts. Rock back, rock up, catch the both posts. There you go. Like that. Perfect. Good. Then you'll try to make your way all the way to down dog from here. We're going to be facing in toward each other like we did yesterday, right? So rock back, rock up. However you want to turn it down dog, it might be there's already a little hop in there, or you're taking a moment and you're step back. Good. Bend one knee, straighten other. Reach the straight legs. Heel is trying to reach down to the floor. Good. Switch that to the second side. Same thing. The knee will bend deeply. The straight legs. Heel will reach down toward the floor. Perfect. Then a round or two of the pedal that you'll bend one knee with the inhale. You'll exhale to switch. You'll bend the opposite knee with the inhale. You'll exhale to switch. Good. Tap your knees down to the floor so you're in a tabletop position. Have your toes tucked under, so you're not on the tops of the feet. Toes are tucked under. Spread your fingers really wide, like we're practicing handstands. You're gonna spread your fingers really wide so you can see the color of your mat between each finger. And you're gonna grip the mat with your finger pads. Draw your belly and ribs in like we were doing in our core work on our back. So you don't want your belly dropping down toward the floor. You're gonna pull it in and press your shoulder blades onto your back. So they're not winging, they're pressing on. You're using your shoulder stability as part of the core work. Right? And then with your toes tucked under, you're going to lift your knees half an inch off the floor. So it's not going to be a lot. Very little. Right? About half an inch off the floor. Perfect. Look slightly forward. You're trying to look about toward the front edge of the mat. You're going to keep the drishti point there. Take a breath. And on the out breath, your right leg will stretch straight back behind you. And on the inhalation, you're going to come back to that hover. Right? Inhale. On the exhale, the opposite way. And you're going to land it back to the hover on the inhale. Keep going just like that. And switch. That extended leg is only maybe the height of your hip. You're not lifting it real high to the ceiling. And when the knees come back to the hover, you're going to try to keep that low, just maybe half inch off the floor. And you're trying not to sink into your shoulders, so the space into your shoulder is pushing up to the ceiling just like you would in plank position. And try not to lose that. Good, and then if you want to add an extra layer of challenge here, as the right leg extends, the left arm can extend forward.
I can visualize that.
Really nice. Good. You're going to lower your knees down to the floor. Take yourself through a few rounds of cat and cow, of lateral flexion, side bending from one side to the other, that little fluid soup sort of combination of those movements. Good, and then shift your way back, downward facing dog. Good, raise your right leg up with your inhalation. Bring your knee toward your outer right shoulder and rock forward like plank pose. On your exhalation, land that foot outside your right hand. Take a breath. On the out breath, reach the right arm up. Land the hand back down as you inhale. Up and back into three-legged dog on your exhalation. Again, a breath in. On the breath out, same side, the knees coming toward your outer right shoulder. Then you're going to land the foot lightly, and you'll reach the arm up. Good, and then you'll land it back down. You'll come back into that three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Keep going just like that, 2 rounds on your own, at your pace. Next time you're back in that three-legged dog, land the foot, land your knees, and go through that series again. Cat, cow, laterally flex. Fluidly move. Good. Up and back into downward facing. And then the left side, so left leg up with your inhale, knee toward your outer left shoulder like a plank on your exhale. Land that foot lightly, breathe in, reach the left arm up as you exhale, hand down as you breathe in, up and back, three-legged dog. Breath. Knee to your outer left shoulder as you exhale, land the foot lightly, breathe in, left arm up, inhale, hand down as you exhale, up and back, three-legged dog. Just keep going like that on your own. Try to make the step forward really light. You're in that three-legged dog, land the foot down, tap your knees down, one more round through your series of cat and cow, lateral flexion, and the fluid combination. Good, you're going to walk your hands closer to your knees, so you're shortening your table. And you'll turn both hands so the fingers are pointing toward your knees, your palms are facing the floor. All right, so you're in extension. All right, and then from there, cat pose. See if you can keep the heels of your hands on the floor. If you can't, you'll walk the hands even closer to your knees, and then you'll cow. Perfect. Keep the fingers spread. Keep the heels of your hands on the floor. onto your heels unless that's extremely uncomfortable for your knees, and if it is, you'll just stretch the legs out long or sit in a crisscross. Keep the eyes closed, sit up, reach your arms straight up, interlock your fingers, and flip the palms up toward the ceiling. Okay? So you're looking directly forward between the arms, but you're going to close the eyes. Take a breath in through the nose. Let all the air out completely. Take a half breath in, and you're going to start Kapalabhati breath, which is just short, quick exhales. It sounds like this. You'll join in as you're ready. So you're using the back of the throat, it's short, quick exhales. The inhales happen naturally, so don't get caught up in feeling you have to pull the air in. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. On the exhale, let the arms parachute down to your sides. Perfect. Good. Again, reach up, interlock the fingers, try the opposite thumb on top that you did in that last round. Flip into that Baddha Kolyasana. Stretch straight elbows, let your shoulder blades slide up, draw your belly in, draw your ribs in. Close the eyes, the chin's parallel to the floor. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. A half breath in. Kapalabhati. Big breath in. Exhale, let the arms parachute down lightly to your sides. Nice. We're going to take one more round. Reach the arms up, interlock the fingers, flip the palms, stretch up. Try to get the elbows even straighter. Draw the belly and ribs in. Take a breath in. Exhaling completely. A half breath in. Kapalabhati. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Let the arms parachute down to the floor as you exhale. Good. Set your hands down on the floor. Crawl forward. Come up into downward facing dog. Good. And bend your knees quite deeply. You're going to lift the chest, look forward. Take a breath. Haw the air out completely. Draw the navel to your spine. Keep that hop forward. With your breath in, your hands on your shins. You're going to push into a flat back. Really long on your exhale. Fold forward. With your breath in, rise up to stand. Try to gently touch your reach up. Up, up, up. Good. On your exhalation, dive back down over the legs. For some burdens, you have a t-shirt. Look forward with a breath. Left foot back, knee to the floor. Exhale. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Hands to the floor. Plank pose. Exhale. Rock forward to your tippy toes with your breath in. Lower down to the ground as you exhale. Cobra. Taking a breath. Land your forehead down. Exhale. Reach your arms back with your palms facing the floor. Shalabhasana. Breathe in. Lift up. On your exhale, land down to the base of a push-up. Lengthen your tail, draw the ribs in, push up on your inhale to plank, and then back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. Bend the knees deeply, lift the chest to look forward. Inhale. Haw the air out, draw your navel in, then hop. Lift the flat back, take a breath. Fold down, exhale. All the way up to stand on your inhalation. Reach up, 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 and on the exhalation, dive back down over your legs. Beautiful. Gaze forward with your breath in. Your right foot back, knee to the floor. On your exhale, reach your arms up. Breathe in. Hands down for plank pose as you exhale. Rock forward to your tippy toes with your breath in. Lower to the floor as you exhale. Point your toes, cobra. Breathe in. Lower your forehead down, breathe out, reach your hands back, palms face the floor, Shalabhasana, breathe in, lift, land to the base of your push-up, get that core strength set to push up into plank, and back into downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Bend the knees, lift the chest, look forward, pop all the air out, pull the navel in, pop, lift to flat back, inhale, fold down, exhale, rise up to stand, inhale, dive back down on your exhale. Gaze forward with your breath in, your left foot back for high lunge. As you exhale, reach your arms up, breathe in. Hands down to the floor as you breathe out. Pause, get your hands flat, get your shoulder blades on your back, look forward. And then you're gonna try to take the right foot straight back to a hover. So your right leg is hovering in a three-legged plank. All right, keep drawing in the belly, keep drawing in the ribs, look forward. Come onto your left fingertips. Keep drawing in the belly, and then take that left arm and reach it forward, forward, forward. It's a two-legged plank. Take a breath in. Beautiful. That hand back down to the floor. Three-legged dog. Take a breath in. Right leg up and back. Knee into the chest. Round step all the way forward for high lunge. Rise up. Step to chair. Exhale. With the breath in, stand up Tadasana. Your arms to your side. Beautiful. Reach up. Breath in. Fold down. Exhale. Gaze forward with your inhalation. Right foot back as you exhale for high lunge. Reach up. Breathe in. Hands down to the floor as you exhale. So get the hands set so you already have the building blocks set for the next step, right? Fingers are spread, your shoulder blades on your back, and then you're going to send that left leg straight back to a hover so you're in a three-legged plank position. Keep drawing in the belly and ribs. Come onto the right fingertips, right? Draw the belly and ribs, and then reach the right arm forward. Two-legged plank. Hold it. Breath in. Breath out. The hands to the floor. So nice, Ida. Left leg up and back. Take a breath in. Knee into the chest. Round to step forward for high lunge. Rise up. Step to chair. Exhale. Good. And stand up. Tadasana. Your arms to your side. Again, reach up. Breath in. Fold down. Exhale. Gaze forward. Breath in. Left foot back for high lunge. Rise up. Hands to the floor. Take your time, don't rush. Get set. So you want your shoulder blades pressing onto the back, and then again, that right leg straight back into your hover. Good. Lift your chest one more time. Chest, the center of the chest. Good. Now come onto your left fingertips. Draw the belly and ribs. Start reaching that arm forward. Forward. Use those deep core muscles to keep that balance. Take a breath. Nice. Hand down to the floor. Three-legged dog. Breath in. Into the chest, round step forward for high lunge. Reach up. Good. Step to chair. Exhale. Tadasana. Stand up. Beautiful. Reach up. Breath in. Fold down. Exhale. Gaze forward. Breath in. Right foot back. Exhale. High lunge. Rise up. Hands to the floor. Take your time to get them set. And then the foot will lift and you'll send it back. Three-legged plank. Alright, drawing the belly and ribs, start to come onto your right fingertips, get the core strength, set for balance, and then right arm reaches forward. Hold it, breath in, excellent. Hand to the floor, three-legged dog, breath in. Knee into the chest, round step forward, high lunge, rise up. Step to chair, exhale. Good, and stand up, Tadasana, arms to your side. Reach upward, Tadasana. Fold down, exhale. Gaze forward with your breath, get your hands set for Chaturanga, and then one step back. Upward facing, breath in. Downward facing, breath out. Good. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Nice. Bend the knees, inhale, lift the chest, look forward. Paw the air out, hop on empty, lift to flat back, breathe in, hold down, exhale, all the way up to stand, breath in, reach up, dive back down, exhale, gaze forward with your breath, get your hands set for Chaturanga, hop or step, back, upward facing, downward facing, breath in, breath out, good, breath in, breath out. Nice. With your in-breath, bending the knees, look forward, paw the air out, pull the belly, top to light, lift to flat back, breath in, fold down, exhale, up, stand, in, dive back down on your exhalation. One more just like that on your own. down dog, or take the time to tap your knees to the floor. Take a pause. To the top of your mat. Okay, and then from the top of the mat, your feet the width of your hips, sit down into chair. Your hips are not this wide, just narrow. Sometimes. Alright, pull in the belly, lift your chest, take a breath, bring your hands into your heart center, tip to the floor, twist to your right. Then twist the chair. You're going to try to hook your elbow outside of your right thigh. Good. You're going to use that connection to try to stretch your spine longer. Move the back of your right shoulder back behind you. Good, and the back of the skull back. Take a breath in. Beautiful. Good. Now just turn your head and look down when you exhale. Lift your left heel. Breathe in. Step your left foot back really lightly as you exhale. So you're twisted lunge. That's it. Good. Again, the back of that right shoulder back. The back of your skull back. Take a breath in. On your out breath, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Nice. Breathe in. Side angle pose as you exhale. So any variation, if you want your elbow on your thigh, if you want your hand on the floor. So side angle, your front knee's bent, right? Not triangle. So whatever variation you're in, whatever the right hand's doing, do it. But the left arm, you're going to try to sweep it over your ear and find that down dog shoulder where you're trying to turn the armpit down toward your heart center. That's it. Good. Try to lean the back of your skull back a little bit more. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Good. And now as you exhale, look down to the floor. Reach your right hand forward and to the right. On the ground, it's not that fancy. Right? On the ground. The right hand's walking on the ground, forward and right. Right? And maybe you're finding a block. You're taking a breath, half moon. Right, so you're going to push off that back foot. So that right hand is looking for your block, and you're pushing up into half moon. Good. Try to lift your left leg a little higher. Good. Try to look up toward that top hand. Good. Now start lowering your left hand to your second block, or to the floor if that works for you. All right, and your outer left hips will start turning down to face the floor so that your hips are square. All right, try to lift that left leg a little higher and reach your chest forward. And just find a drishti spot you're going to gaze at. You're going to reach your right arm out to the right. Take a breath in. And then on the out breath, you start reaching that right arm up, and your drishti point is going to change. You're going to try to lift your eyes up to follow your right hand. So you're Pavrita Ardha. Good. Try to lift the left leg a little bit higher. That's it. Take a breath in. Good. On the breath out, right hand back down to that block. Right, so one hand is on each block, or your fingertips on the floor, however you want to do it. Take a breath in. On your breath out, bring your left knee into your chest and get round. So you bring your forehead to that knee. And on your inhale, extend it back out. Good. Exhale, pull it in, round. Inhale, reach it out. One more time like that. Pull it in on the exhale. Good. Out on the inhale, and then take it into standing split. You're going to bow down over that standing leg. Left leg rising on.
The other
All
calf.
right?
The other right.
You're gonna give the calf a little nudge, a little push forward. All right, and then you'll come onto your left fingertips, and then you'll start walking that hand toward your leg so that hand can join you on your calf. All right, so you're giving a little push to the calf with both hands. Your drishti point is forward, and you're gonna try to lift the up leg an inch higher. Get a breath. Good, and then land your left foot next to your right foot. Sit down in chair. And stand up, arms to your side. Oh yeah, breathe in, fill up. Let it all out through the mouth. Good, separate your feet the width of your hips. Sit down into chair. Set belly in, chest up. Take a breath, hands to prayer. Exhale, twist left. And then add that poke. Inhale into twisted chair. Good. Again, you're using that elbow to help push to lengthen your spine. So you're trying to reach your head forward, and your left shoulder's moving back. And you're trying to look up. Beautiful. Breath. Good. On the breath out, just the head's gonna move. You're gonna look down. Lift your right heel. Breathe in. Lightly step that foot back as you exhale. Twisted lunge. You're gonna go back to that elbow drag so that your spine can grow longer. The back of your left shoulder moving back. Right, the back of your skull is moving back. Breath in. Warrior 2. Exhale. Good. Breath in your warrior 2. Flip that front palm up, and as you exhale, reverse warrior. So the front knee stays bent. Right, the front knee stays bent. Beautiful. Breath in. Side angle pose as you exhale. Again, any variation you want with the left arm, whether it's elbow and knee or the hand on the block or floor. Right? But then that top arm's going to take the sweeping reach over your ear towards the center of our space here, and you're going to try to find that down dog shoulder. You're trying to turn your armpit down toward the center of your heart. Perfect. Good. Now that left hand, the bottom hand, is going to start transitioning for half moon. So it's not a reach forward. It's looking for your block, or it's looking for the floor, and it's crawling a little forward and left. You're going to find that first, and then half moon. Perfect. The up leg, you're going to try to lift it a little higher. And you're going to try to shift your gaze to look up toward that top hand. Breath. On the exhale, right hand's lowering down to your second block or to the floor, just so the hands are even. You're going to square your hips. Your outer right hip is doing a little wrap down. You're going to lift that heel a little higher. Your drishti point is slightly forward. Then the left arm's going to reach out. Take a breath in. As you exhale, change your drishti point to follow your left hand into the twist, so it's reaching up toward the ceiling. Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. Your right leg is trying to lift a little bit higher. Take a breath. Good. On your exhalation, come out of that twist. Land your left hand back down onto your block. Take a breath in. Reach your chest forward. As you breathe out, pull your knee in toward your chest, your forehead toward that knee so you're round. Good. Inhale, extend it all out again. Exhale, pull it in. So try the navel in. One more time like that. Out. Good, and on this extending out, take it into standing split. Down, down, standing leg. Good, you're going to lift your drishti point and look slightly forward. And you'll take your left hand behind your left calf, and you're going to give it a little nudge forward. Onto your right fingertips, and then start that crawl of that hand toward your foot, and then that hand's going to join on the calf. Your drishti point is that slightly forward spot. It's not moving. You're doing that little nudge with both hands, and then your up leg's going to try to lift a bit higher. Take a breath in. Good. And then on the breath out, you're going to land that foot next to the left foot. You're going to sit into, oh shit. Good. And stand up in Uttanasana. You need to get ready?
Right there. It's just a beetle.
Sorry. Good.
I thought it was a tarantula.
Yeah, really.
Standing up in Uttanasana. Alright. Good. Reach up with your breath in. Fold down, exhale. Alright, and then just walk your feet slightly wider than your hips, and you're going to slide your hands underneath your feet. So it'll be the fingers are pointing back and your palms are facing up. So Padahastasana. And you're trying to get them all the way under, so your middle fingers in line with your heels, and your toes are trying to curl up a bit up your wrists. Good. Bend your knees any amount you need. Good. And the ball mounds of your feet can start giving the heels of your hands a little myofascial release, so that you can press and slide the feet slightly from side to side. Heels of the hands. So nice. Good. Start just slipping the hands out from under your feet. Get hold of your two blocks. And step your left foot back. Big step back. Good. And you're starting to straighten that front knee completely to straight. And you're going to flip the ball mound of your foot up so you're on the heel of your front foot. Hug the legs in toward each other. Pull your belly in. Reach your chest forward. Fold a little bit more over it. Good. Now start bending into that front knee. Get your foot flat on the ground. Crawl your hands more forward. Get them flat. Spread your fingers so no longer on your blocks on the floor. Spread your fingers really well and lift your left leg up. Okay, and you're lifting your gaze, looking slightly forward. You can keep it there. Lift your right heel as high as you can off the floor. Right, so your right heel, the bottom foot, you're lifting it up off the floor, you're bending that right knee, and you're playing with your little hops that we've been playing with. Yeah, we're playing together, right? Little hop, little hop, little hop. Right, try to keep the core strength you've been working with, that drawing in of the belly, that drawing in of the ribs, so the hop feels lighter and more controlled. So nice. That's it. Good, and then you're going to land your left foot forward and you'll step your right foot back. You're going to take back hold of your blocks, right? So you're in Parsvottanasana on the second side. Left foot forward, the right foot step. Straighten your front knee. Flip the ball mound of your left foot off the floor. You're hugging the legs in toward the midline. You're pulling in your belly. And you're trying to stretch your chest more forward. So this is lift and reach and fold. Start to bend into that front knee. Walk the hands more forward, get them flat. Lift the right leg up. Your drishti point, your gaze is slightly forward. Keep it there. That left knee is a bit bent, and you're lifting that heel as high as you can. Keep your drishti point forward and place play with your hop. So what you're trying to accomplish is using this connection to your core to make the hop feel more controlled, right? So that the nervous system is feeling that you've got this, you've got control of this, you're not just flailing, you have a plan. So the hops are lightly and in control. Yes. Yes, and you're looking forward, not back. Perfect. Oh yeah. Good. Now land your right foot forward. Step your left foot back and come up. Right? And straighten both knees. Right. Then you'll take your arms out in a big T. You're gonna make fists. You're gonna roll the tops of your shoulders forward and down. You're gonna bend your elbows and bring the two fists together right about at the base of your shoulder blades. Press them in toward each other, and then slide your shoulder blades down your back and bring your shoulder blades together. Okay. Chest up. Pull in your belly, so all are forward. In, chest up, breathe in. As you exhale, start to fold down halfway, so your torso is becoming parallel to the floor. Good. Now have your back press up into your hands, and you're going to try to lift the fronts of your shoulders away from the floor. Automatically you want to lift your elbows, but that's not the action. It's the fronts of the shoulders that are trying to lift. You're still looking sort of like a hanger. Fronts of the shoulders are lifting from the floor. Beautiful. Start to bend into your right knee. Start shifting your weight into your right foot. Your drishti point is to move forward. Keep it there. Warrior 3. Don't change your arm setup. Yes. So good. Taking a breath. On your exhale, stand up. Set your left foot next to the right foot. Release the arms. Step your right foot back. Parsvottanasana. Upright. Okay, so both legs are straight. Arms out. Make fists. Roll the tops of the shoulders forward and down. Then bend the elbows and bring your fists together again at the base of your shoulder blades. All right, so now some of you are going to stay right here where we are with the fists together. Some will open the hands and bring the outer edges of your hand, the pinky edges of your hands together like this. Okay, see that? So this is another place to go. And if you see, my shoulder blades are coming into a relaxed position. They're coming apart and they're kind of floating off my back. Right? So instead of thinking, if you're doing this, instead of thinking the close your hands like a book thing, think of your shoulder blades. So you're trying to bring your shoulder blades together to ultimately bring your hands together. Right? So your shoulder blades are coming together to bring your hands together. It's not the hands doing the action. The hands are just an extension of it. The shoulder blades are coming together. Or you're working the fists, if that's not working for you. All right? Chest up, take a breath, belly in. Exhale, start to fold to that halfway point where you're about in flat back. Okay. Good. Ina, lower your elbows. Good. All right, so now again, your back is pushing up into your hands. Your chest is reaching forward, and you're going to try to lift the fronts of your shoulders away from the floor. Not the elbows, the fronts of the shoulders. Keep that. Good. Now start bending the front knee. Shift your gaze so it's more forward, and then start to take it toward warrior 3. Right? You're lifting the fronts of the shoulders, not the elbows. That's it. That's it. And then you'll land that foot down next to the left foot and release the arms.
I threw you off, sorry.
Oh yeah. Good. Reach up with your breath.
Close to you? It's very close.
Hold forward, exhale.
This is fun.
And just step back, downward facing up. Right, tap your knees down to the floor. Right, and then if you remember rabbit pose from yesterday, right, a lot of you were asking questions about that pose. So let's start it from tabletop so you can get the right position for this particular use of rabbit. There's other ways to do rabbit, but in this particular situation, we're gonna do it like this, right? So from table, you're gonna lower the top of your head down to the floor, straight down to the floor. All right, you're gonna tuck your toes. So not the forehead, the very, very top of your head, the very top of your head. Perfect. Good. Now start to reach back and try to catch your heels. So if you need to kind of shorten tabletop in order to do that, do it. But then make it longer again, because that's how you're gonna get a really good stretch. Because what we're trying to do is stretch the space between your shoulder blades with this particular version of rabbit. Okay. Perfect. So now your heels are actually kicking back into your hands, and you're rounding your whole spine, and you're trying to protract your shoulder blades. So as your shoulder blades getting really broad, and that space between them is pushing forward to get that stretch. All right, and then you can shift a little bit more to prepare your head as you're going to play with headstand. You can shift a little more weight onto the top of your head. All right, so now from this rabbit shape, don't change anything except you're going to release your feet, and you're going to set up headstand 1 position. So you're going to interlock your fingers behind your skull on the floor, all right, and then you're going to walk your elbows in so that they're the width of your shoulders. Right? Imagine that you were cupping, like you had a ball in your hands. So instead of your hands being flat on your head, imagine you had a ball in there, and it's more of the heels of the hands that are pressing against your head. Right? So instead of doing it so flat, just try to have it there. Good, good. Now tucking the toes under, they already are. You're gonna lift up like a down dog. You're gonna lift your butt up. Tuck your toes, lift your butt up. All right, so this might be enough for you. You're already putting pressure on the head. This is already a version of headstand. Or you're attempting to walk your feet closer to your elbows so you have less of a runway to try to get up into headstand. Okay? If you're adept at headstand, we've been working the core a lot. You're going to try to pike up, so you're going to draw your belly in really firm. Your butt's going to try to move forward, and then you'll try to lift both legs up. If you're newer to headstand, you lift one leg up. Good. If you did that one leg up, that leg will land back down onto the ground, and you'll take the second leg up. Rounding so much. So I'm going to put my knees here. Right? That's like a flutter. With one leg up. Just so you feel it. Like there. That's where you want to be with your back. Yeah, much better. That's it.
I feel better now because I'm not putting my weight in my. Because I remember she said put the weight in your hands.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm just avoiding there's like one of these in there.
There's one of what in it?
Yes, the wood. I had to move
I
to.
know, but wood does this a little bit, right?
Yeah, move it.
Oh, I got a spot right here. Or second level.
That is the field of the wood.
Just see.
I need a towel.
I just need to give it a little hop. I got you.
Oh, to do it.
Whoa.
As much as you can. So I want to get your butt up as much as you can.
So just
All right, good. One leg up.
and then you add it.
Yeah.
And then you stay in the balls.
Yeah.
And you want to do anything else. Just stay in the balls. Just to get that sensation, you know?
Yeah, I can't.
about them. It's gross. I was using this. That was right on me. Did a video of the sound at 5 o'clock.